Te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.
Oh my God.
Masters of None, episode 110.
Episode 110. Sorry, Jen. Jen was supposed to be on this episode. I completely forgot.
We could have called it episode 1 Gen.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. 110 with Jen or
Yeah.
something like that. Don't worry. We'll get it back. We'll
Yeah.
figure out another rhyming episode that you could be on.
I'm not clever enough to think of one like immediately,
Yeah.
but I mean, maybe one day we'll be big enough that we could just name the next episode 110.
Yeah, we could just have two 110s in a row and it won't affect our numbers.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Or you come back for episode 1110.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Stick around, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody better get ready because it's not going anywhere. This show will continue.
The show must go on.
But, yeah, man, so gas prices are still ridiculous.
Gas prices are crazy. I've started driving a little more now than I've been driving in the past 2 years. And I was just telling you, it cost me like $10, $15 to get anywhere. I do drive, my car is a V8 and it's not necessarily like an economy car, but fuck, gas is expensive.
Dude, it's expensive as fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's super expensive, and it's irritating to me because it doesn't have to be that expensive.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. Just open the fucking pipeline and let us get our goddamn gas.
Give us our gas back. If you do feel like gas is expensive, you could get the application called Get Upside and use my code.
You know what? That's coming. Listen, that's coming. We don't have that. We don't have that strategic partnership just yet. But
I got a code now. I'll give motherfuckers my code 100%.
Yeah. So give them the code, bro.
Use my code. Hold on, I gotta find it. I texted to you, so it's gonna be in our conversation. We've talked so much since then. But what's been up, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Aside from just continuing to drive the Honda because the Jeep is just crushing my whole life. What you got?
Use code Roberto6763 to get an extra 20 cents off a gallon bonus the first time you make a purchase.
That's hilarious. 6763. Does that mean you're the 6,700th person named Roberto that signed up for that app?
Maybe. It's very possible. That sounds like an appropriate naming convention, right?
Yeah. Listen, man, you Google a name like that, your computer will explode. Yeah. don't do that.
Yeah, heaven forbid I signed up with Jose.
Yeah. Oh my God, forget it, bro. Your computer would just literally, it would
implode.
It would burn out, bro.
Yeah.
It would take off. It would just like teleport to another dimension. It would just be like, shoo.
Dude, one thing that's not really in the media, but that's going on right now. It's fucking Prime Day passed.
That's right. Prime Day did pass. I went in. I got so many packages coming to the crib, bro.
I feel like fucking. Did you feel like there were good deals? Like there was a lot of good deals for you?
Yes, there were like a significant amount of good deals for me. Deals that work for me. I mean, not shit I needed. A lot of it. It was just once I started going, there were things that I have needed, but I haven't actually purchased. If you want, I could tell you some of the things I got.
Yeah, good. Let's hear it.
All right.
Because me personally, I didn't really find anything that was like ridiculously like a really, really good deal.
All right. So this is what I got. I got a new mouth guard.
Okay. Actually, I got a new mouth guard too. So
yeah. I got a 2 terabyte external hard drive.
That's nice.
Yeah. A Lacy rugged hard drive, which is like.
Those are orange ones?
Yeah.
I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, so I got that. I got it significantly cheaper. It was like, I think it was like $30 or $40 off.
Nice.
Which is pretty significant. I got a like one of those car jump battery joints.
Oh, the small ones? The little tiny ones?
Yeah, the little Noco joint.
Yeah, those are super nice.
Yeah, it's legit. I've been looking for one of those. I mean, I was always like, man, I should get one of these. You know, I should have one. It's good to have.
It is good
to have. Yo, bro, to start your car, you literally need another car. if you don't have something like this.
Yeah, if you don't drive stick and you don't got one of those, you literally need another automobile. I think it's crazy that they're able to fit those jump packs into like pocket-sized things. You remember back in the day when you had to jump a car, start a car, motherfucker would have to wheel some shit out to your car. You ever seen those back in the old ones back in the day? That they would have to wheel them out.
It was like a generator.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
and it would plug into the wall.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, man. I don't remember that device exactly, but I'm very familiar with just having to roll another car up onto the grass. Oh, we're back. Don't you ever think that don't you ever think that we're gone for more than just a minute or two?
That's it. That's all it's going to take. It's just a minute or two and we're back up. Back into fucking spring back into action.
Juan said disgusting.
How dare him?
How dare you, bro? How dare you? But look, we're going to move this back so I can get back in the frame. I know you have a lot of elbow room over there, bro.
Hold on.
What's the matter? We got no audio?
No, we got audio. I just don't think it's the right audio. I see the fucking things pinging through the roof. So let me just make sure that our audio is, see? It's a good thing I peeped that. Procaster. And then I can't see.
What are you looking for? You're looking for the Rodecaster, right?
All right.
Now we're back for real.
Now we're back for realsies.
And it sounds way better.
I hope it sounds better.
It does. I mean, it looks like we're definitely clipping on that, but that's not the outgoing audio.
So
we're back. So what I was saying was Prime Day was pretty legit, and I kind of went in a little bit.
I don't know where we left off at, but I think
that's where we left off.
No, I don't know. Like if you had listed all your purchases already.
No, all I said was a mouth guard,
and then that's when it
went out.
Yeah.
So I got a new mouth guard and also a hard drive, a new Lacy external rugged hard drive. I got that and also that battery pack to jump my car, if it ever presents itself as an issue to have to jump the car.
Thank you very much, Chris. He says we left off wheeling another car over to jump your car.
Thank you.
What I was saying was, what I think I said, I'm going to fucking just freestyle the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Isn't it fucking crazy that now they have these pocket-sized jump pack things? It's insane. They started with the one you'd wheel over. You had to plug it in. You need a fucking extension cord. It was like... It was a process.
But it was still convenient at the time.
At the time, it was groundbreaking.
It was easier than pushing your neighbor's car up the driveway. You know?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Well, so were Laserdisc at one point, and then the DVD came out. And then they come out with like another thing that's like a 30-pound like big thing that you would keep, in your house or in your trunk or something like that. And it was even more convenient because you didn't have to plug this one in. You could just charge it.
Yep.
And now they have these like pocket-sized devices, which it freaks me out. The first time I ever seen one, I had just bought a piece of shit pickup truck for like $200.
Yeah. No, what made it? No, there's no way you got a piece of shit truck for $200.
I got a piece of shit pickup truck for $200. It ran and drove, but the battery was dog shit. So I learned that the hard way. It died on the way home, and
I'm surprised it lived at all. No. I'm surprised it lived on the way home.
Bro, it was such a piece of shit. It had the nastiest oil leak that would fall onto the headers, and when the car would get hot, it would just bellow smoke out the side of it. So anyways, I bought this truck just to go back and forth to Home Depot. I didn't buy it as to travel in it or anything like that. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. So and I was on the side of the highway, and somebody pulls over to help me out. They're like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "I need a jump." And he pulls this thing out there. He opens up his trunk, and I'm like, "Oh God, this guy got a jump pack. Great." Keep in mind, his car was automatic. It wasn't stick. It couldn't jump start it. And he pulls this little thing out, and I was like, "Oh, fuck. No way this fucking thing is going to jump this car." But I was like, I didn't want to be rude. He had pulled over to help me out. So I was like, let me entertain this guy.
Yeah, let's see what he got.
Bro, when I tell you that shit started right the fuck up, bro, didn't even hesitate. It ran better than ever it ran before. It never ran that good after that. And I ended up having to buy a new alternator and battery.
Look at that shit. I'm telling you, man. I read the reviews on it and shit like that, and it looked legit. Yes, Saif, I owe you that album review. Don't worry. I'm gonna get to it. Remind me again. Put that exact message in the chat in 2 minutes after I finish, telling you guys something that you don't give a shit about what I got on Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those chargers they're legit. It's like the size of like, it's actually a little smaller than a Note, than a Galaxy Note.
Okay.
It's like, a Galaxy Note is like
This is a Note.
You gotta wheel that thing out. Yeah, that one you still wheel out.
You know what? Honestly, maybe it's just like the way phones have progressed, but I like this size of like cell phone device. Like I like this size. Like some people like smaller phones. I also think it has a lot to do with the size of your hands, like what's comfortable in your hands. But the new Galaxy that came out, because they haven't made a Note since that like folding fucking phone came out, which I'm not.
The phone fucking sucks. But go ahead.
A friend of mine has it, and like it's like a novelty item. It's cool, like, but it's not for me. I wouldn't get one. If I was somebody who like, watched a lot of like somebody who worked overnight as a security guard or something like that, and I watched a lot of Netflix on my phone, I think it'd be fucking great because it's cool to walk around with a television in your pocket. I
mean, if you didn't have access to watch Netflix all day on your computer, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I have a computer, but I don't watch Netflix while I work. I want you to know that, okay?
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause it's not really work.
Because I'm not working, but I'm saying if
I'm only kidding.
People who work, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Jobs with a lot of downtime.
Jobs with a lot of downtime. I think those phones are cool, but even that, I don't know. But what I was saying is that the new Galaxy device that came out, my sister got one, even Juan got it too. They're nice, but they're a little bit smaller than the last Note that came out, which is I think the 22 Ultra, which is what this is. And I was like kind of disappointed. I was like, damn, I wish it was like a little bit bigger, or at least the same size as a Note. And one thing I also don't like is the protruding cameras. It's like, stop with the protruding cameras.
Yeah, I don't like that protruding camera shit either because it sticks out. I have the iPhone 13 Pro, and that shit is annoying. It's first of all, the lens is fully exposed to damage if it falls.
It's the first thing that will impact.
It's the first thing that'll crack. But I think it takes away like internal space or something like that they would have had to use. It like decreases the overall footprint of the phone, I think, because a lot of the device is pretty much outside of the shell of the phone.
Okay, that makes sense if that's the rationale behind it.
I mean,
I could get behind that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like hear that specifically, but that's what it seems like to me. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why they would expose half it unless they want you to break it and buy another one.
It could be just a fucking like. It just looks cool. People are just like, it's because I've at least when it comes to Samsungs, they're going away from it because the new phone that came out still protrudes, but not as much. Like mine comes out like a significant amount. You guys,
but at least there's like a pretty significant bezel around that thing, like to at least
my
absorb
case.
Some kind of. Oh, that's your case. Okay,
yeah, I'm not a big case guy, but I like a slim case. Look at the back of my phone, crushed. But look. See that? It's
other side, other camera.
It's
no, you're trying to show the edge.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a decent little lip on there. It's not
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
It's enough that when you put your phone down.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you just like reported everybody's comments in there, but
I just opened up my YouTube terms and agreements.
Yeah, when it comes to I don't know, man. I think I'm out and about too much to have a big ass phone. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nowhere for me to put it. There's nowhere for me to put that shit. Like to put it like in my pants. Like this is this
the biggest one they make?
No, they make one bigger than this. It's the 13 Pro Max is like that big.
Okay.
And like that I can't really get behind that because where am I gonna put that fucking thing? I'm not trying to have it in my hand all the time. I'm definitely not getting one of those lame ass belt clips. That's not going to happen because I'm not trying to get shot by an off-duty cop anytime soon.
Yeah, no.
I'm not trying to reach for my cell phone and it looks like I'm fucking trying to shoot from the hip like Doc Holliday, and instead I catch a couple hollow points. Like, nah, I'd rather not.
Bro, the cell phone case accessory was a fucking huge thing back in the day. You remember that? People used to buy like leather cases to put into their. Even me, I've owned one at one point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a case on my phone now. The cases with like the wallet and stuff like that shit is pretty cool.
I don't like that shit.
I think it's pretty cool. The only reason I don't have one is like I'm not trying to lose everything at the same time.
That's exactly why I don't like it.
Yeah, if
you lose your phone, you lose it all.
Yeah, if I lose my phone, okay, I lost my phone. If I lost my wallet, shit, I lost my wallet. But I'm not trying to lose my wallet and lose my phone.
Yeah,
or lose my phone and lose my wallet.
And you know, some people be walking around with shit that they don't need to walk around with. Some people have that stupid thing clipped to the back of their phone and they got their fucking social security card and shit in there.
Yeah, if you walk around with your social security card, you're a dummy.
Why do a lot of people do that shit?
That's stupid
I
as
don't
fuck.
fucking get it. I don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense to me.
I think it's dumb as hell that one card is like this secret key to your whole life. Like, you know, it's like, you want to be me? Take this fucking.
All you need is
this piece of cardboard that like doesn't even have my photo on it. It just has a number.
Are you kidding me? It's not even laminated. You can't even
No.
you can't get that shit wet. You can't. That shit that gets exposed to elements. It would be. You could rip it. A child could rip it.
Bro.
A passport is made out of more secure material than a
Facts.
fucking social security card is made out of.
Bro, I signed my social security card before I knew how to sign it. Like, have you ever looked at the signature on that thing?
It's a drawing. It's not a signature. I just
Bro.
drew something. I drew
Facts.
something that resembled a signature.
It's got a doodle on it.
Bro, the fucking letters aren't even raised. Like, it's
No.
not. It's the worst fucking. And this is our foundation.
It's
this
the
is like-
standard.
yeah.
And then they want to go and make you get a new driver's license and all this kind of shit, but your social security card can still stay in the Stone
Yeah.
Age.
Your driver's license looks like a fucking holographic fucking Charizard. Just so people can't fake them. But the social security cards, they're made out of like regular paper. They're just printing a bunch of them and cutting them out.
They're like, how else are we going to get more voters? They're like, we put people's picture on them, we'll never elect who we want ever again.
Yeah, but don't you drink before you're 21.
Yeah, don't you dare.
Yeah, don't you buy any cigarettes before you're 19.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
How do you
But,
feel about that? How do you feel about that? The age for buying tobacco products.
The fact that it's like 21 now?
Is it 21 now? I thought it was 19.
Oh, maybe it is 19.
When I was growing up, it was 19.
I mean, I don't. Do you think? What do you mean? Do I think it's too low or too high?
Well, how do you feel?
I think it's pretty appropriate.
Okay.
I think it's pretty appropriate. I don't think you should be able to buy tobacco products any younger than that.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
definitely don't think it should be younger.
Yeah, I don't think it should be younger. I mean, I think the only reason why I would consider it not to be something that you should be 21 for per se. I mean, I might change my mind if you ask me tomorrow, but I just think that it doesn't alter your mind. So for that reason, being that it's not a mind altering substance, like, it's not going to affect your performance driving. It's not going to affect, something like that. Then whatever. I don't really mind the age being what it is.
Yeah, I can understand that perspective. My only argument to that perspective, not necessarily to rebut, not necessarily to argue with you, but would be the fact that because it's an addictive substance, they're younger. I believe they might be more likely, and I don't wear a fucking lab coat to work, so don't fucking quote me on this, but they might be more susceptible to addiction, a younger audience.
Well, I agree. I mean, but so is sugar, right?
Yeah.
So is
Sugar's
coffee.
Sugar's one of the worst ones.
You can walk in and buy an Americano at Starbucks at 14 years old.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
At
You
14
can-
years old, Americano, that's like doing an 8-ball. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can fucking put yourself in like AFib easy as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you could really fuck yourself up. You could be like throwing up in homeroom because you had too much caffeine.
No, you're right. Yo, what's up, Earth Human? Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, man. So I'm just gonna finish this Amazon list up real quick of what I
Finish
got.
your Amazon list and then give us your album review for
what
the
I'm gonna
Silk
do.
Sonic, and then we're off to the. If I hear fucking Silk Sonic one more fucking time,
Listen, man, I'll
when I
play the
tell
whole
you, I
goddamn
never
album right
wanna-
now.
When I tell you I never want to hear about this again, I
Well-
don't ever want to hear about it again. Go ahead.
All right, because we all want to hear about your Kid Cudi fucking fetish.
I
a
love
little more.
Cudi.
All right, so yes, I got the mouth guard. I got the external hard drive. I got the jumper pack for my car. Also got a Yankee candle. My lady
Nice.
wanted a Yankee
Were
candle.
those on sale?
Oh yeah, the big joints. They were 50% off.
Oh, dude, those are like $30 candles.
Yeah, I got it for $15.
That's sick. That's something I regret not getting.
Yeah. So I got that. Also got some creatine. I got a new gi.
Nice.
I got a JBL Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, JBL Bluetooth speaker.
Damn, you went all out.
Yeah, I wanted to get the big shit, but I don't need that big
The waterproof
shit.
one?
I got a waterproof one, but it's
Okay.
not like the big ass one. I don't need that. We use it for like the beach and stuff like that. I find myself being overly respectful to other patrons on the beach, so I don't want to blast my music and it's always loud enough. I mean, I had a something called a Rock Pod. It's like it's little Bluetooth speaker. It's like this big, and that always served us well enough. But this one's going to be even better. I got some Celsius energy drinks, which I don't know if you're familiar with Celsius drinks.
I've seen it. I've never tasted them.
They're bomb.
Their branding is amazing. I love that
Yeah.
white. It's like a white bottle or a white can, right? It's like a tall can. Almost looks like a Red Bull. It looks like a Red Bull hard seltzer.
Yes, exactly. That's what it looks like. So typically these are like $3 each when you buy them in the store. A 12-pack of them is like $25. I got 2 12-packs for $25.
That's fire. You see
Come on,
what's,
son.
You see what's in the chat right now?
Nah, I'm busy looking at my list. I
Said
hate all
trust
my
Roberto
shit.
to get more excited over Candles than the best album of the decade.
Yeah. Thank you. You see
That's
that?
so funny.
That's facts. But then and then also my girl got this like face moisturizer like this. I think it's like a lip mask.
Nice.
There's a mask for everything.
Dude.
Her nighttime routine, bro, is so extensive. If you saw her skincare routine, I'm like, this is why you're aging backwards.
Bro, you ever seen like all the skincare routines and shit they do in Asia? Like all that shit in like Eastern Asia, like China and shit like that? And they have like fucking, you could buy shit with like stem cells and shit in it. And they have like vending machines that just sell nothing but like mask and different kind of like fucking products.
That's dope. In China, they do that? Cool. I wonder if they fucking unsoldered their doors yet and fucking let them come out of the house.
You can't come out the house,
Yeah.
but we want you looking young.
Dude, they're starving to death in their fucking homes. Like, they're literally dying in there because they're not letting them out.
Free the Uyghurs.
But they had, and not even the Uyghurs. These are regular citizens that
Imagine what's happening to the Uyghurs then.
You don't have to imagine. It's out there. It's just the fucking, mainstream media is just burying that shit.
Let's
But-
hear how you feel about Silky Sonic.
All right, so the Silk Sonic album. This is the album for anybody that missed 2 episodes ago where I had been waiting for this album and I gave up on waiting for it, and Syph reminded me and actually told me that this album came out like at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's a Bruno Mars album.
yes, it's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak is a fire-ass he's a drummer, a rapper, a singer, a writer. He's incredibly talented. And then Bruno Mars, everybody knows Bruno Mars. The swaggiest, little retro Elvis type of dude that's
Yeah.
alive right now.
He is super jiggy, I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's jiggy as hell. And their album was so fire. Like, it was funky soul music. It was remnants. It had like the influences from like the 70s. It had like disco vibes, funk vibes. It was like Earth, Wind and Fire meets like soul music, like Al Green type shit. It was so dope.
Was it good back to back?
Back to back. It was like front to back. It was fire. I mean, the rap records were good. The ballads were good. Like funky dance music, the soul. It was just good all around, man. The production was great.
What was if you had to convince somebody to listen to this and you could let them listen to one song first that would lead them into the album, which one would you have picked?
Let me see. What song would I have picked? I'm going to look at the playlist right now.
And we talk about things like that all the time because you and I watch a ton of combat sports, and every time we see a really good fight, we always say like, man, this would be the fight you would show to somebody who isn't a combat sport fan, and that would get them into it.
I would say I love 777 is fire.
Okay.
777 is fire. It's like it's this hype ass song. I'll play a little clip real quick. Short enough that we won't get pulled. You can just hear the funk.
That is pretty funky.
And then what I'm going to do is I'll move it over a little bit so you can hear like the hook. That shit is...
It is feel good music. I'll give it to you. Like,
It's fire. And that whole shit, he's talking about like how lucky he's feeling, like he should go to Vegas. He's like 777. Like it's
That's
like
fire.
it's like a chant, like a room full
that
of
shit'll
people.
make you show up to work in a good mood, and then
it's
forget that you really dislike your job.
I feel like it's a really good like pregame album.
Okay.
I feel like it's a good pregame album. Like you wanna rock that shit. What's up?
I'm gonna let you take the reins for a split seconds. I know you guys hear my fucking dog screaming in the background. I wanted to be a nice guy because it was raining outside. It was thunderstorms. The dog don't like it.
The rain has stopped.
The rain has stopped.
And he's got a screened-in porch. It's not like he's going to put him... You want to be specific here. We don't need PETA coming after us.
Tell him, Justin.
All right, he's going to put the dog... I'm going to mute your mic. He's going to go put the dog in like his screened-in porch out back. I wish I could show you guys. I wish we didn't have these cameras like semi-permanently fixed so I could show you guys this pup. He's a beautiful dog, man. He's a Dogo Argentino. He's legit. Damn, that looks sad. This empty chair here, and I'm all left alone like Steven Glansberg. But yeah, so the album. I'll go back to the album real quick. That album was something that it was everything I expected it to be. It's so funny. I'm reviewing this album like a year later, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it takes somebody from across the world to remind you that an album dropped, by two artists from your country. That's what it takes sometimes. But yeah, man. So I don't know if you feel the same way about that album, but I thought it was super, super fire. Super fire. Look, he's back. Yeah, man. What does he think? Out of 10? I'll give it out of 10. Let's see. What do I give it, Saif, out of 10? I would give it probably I'd give it like an 8.
One listen, everybody knows the rules. You still have my mic muted.
Oh, sorry about that.
An 8?
Yeah, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Only because
I think 8 is a very high score.
Yeah, an 8 is
because 10 is unobtainable.
Yeah, 10 is the blueprint, and nothing's touching the blueprint.
So a 10 and an 8 is almost like a 9.
Or maybe like Confessions is up there. Confessions is like an 8 or 9.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
Confessions is up there. Yeah, we know that. I'm so sorry, guys. He's doing that again. Let me see what other album would I put up there super high. The Blueprint. I might put something like, I don't know, Graduation is like probably like an 8 or something like that. College Dropout. College Dropout definitely is up there.
College Dropout was the one when he was in the bear suit, or when there was the bear on the cover.
The debut album, yeah, the first one.
That shit was hard. That's the one with Dear Mama on it.
And The Wire.
Dude, that's 100%.
Through the Wire.
Amazing album. That's a 9. If nothing's a 10, that's a 9.
Yeah, that's up there. To me, the Blueprint is so high up there, man. I can't even. We were listening to a couple of records from the Blueprint and the Blueprint 2, and god damn it, the Blueprint is so fire.
It's it's difficult with music because there's so many genres that it's difficult to say like, who's gonna like what, because I might listen to an album from a genre that I'm not necessarily into, that I might not appreciate as much as somebody who's like a real fan. I might listen to country music, for example, right? I got nothing against country music. I don't give a fuck. But if you play me, who's a country singer?
Kenny Chesney.
If you give me the best Kenny Chesney album,
yeah,
and I listen to it, I might say, you know what, this is a good album, but it's like, for me, it's like a 6. So,
oh yes.
What?
Hold on a second. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yes, sir, Kanye. Yes. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the best albums ever recorded.
You think that's his best album?
Possibly. The most work went into that album. I don't think more work went into an album. Like, he was like manic when he made that album. Like, obsessive type of detail.
They say that was like his last good album, right?
It was.
Because after that, what was after?
Well, a lot of people lie about some of the other albums that came out after that people try to say was like people like Yeezus. I thought that album was trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was probably his, I think it's probably be the popular opinion that was his last good album. Because after that was Yeezus. Well, there was another album in between Yeezus and
Life of Pablo.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
I think, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was fire. 808s and Heartbreak was fire too. Kanye had a lot of heat, man. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, definitely, bro, definitely.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked Life of Pablo.
To be honest, I didn't listen to it enough, so I can't really comment too much on that album.
Damn, he's had 11 studio albums,
bro. He's a savage, man. And if you start delving deep into singles and stuff like that, I mean, he's got some of the greatest songs of all time, bro.
After My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was Yeezus,
then
Life of Pablo, then Ye, Jesus is King, then Donda 2.
Yeah, I mean, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was a different level. I think he was also in a healthier place. He wasn't dealing with a toxic Kardashian. Them chicks will ruin your fucking life, man. Them chicks will ruin your life, bro. Don't do none of that. Somebody needs to snatch up Kendall. She's the last good one.
Yo, somebody sent me a picture of Kendall the other day.
Kendall's a dime piece.
She's the baddest one.
Kendall's a dime piece, bro.
I take back everything I said about Courtney being the baddest one.
Kendall's a bad one.
Kendall's the baddest one.
Kendall's a bad one, bro.
Don't at me.
That's a legit. Don't at me, bro.
Don't at me. Kendall's the baddest one, and then Courtney. And it's weird because Courtney's the oldest one. Which one's Courtney?
Courtney's the oldest.
Yeah, Courtney's the bad. She's right underneath Kendall. Of the Kardashians, Courtney's the baddest one. But of the whole, the
whole cult,
the whole cult. Yeah, Kendall's the baddest one, and she's the one that's been untouched. There hasn't been a surgeon fixing her up. At least.
Nah, she was with ASAP for a little while.
No, not untouched from that perspective. She's untouched from like a plastic surgery perspective.
Oh, all right, I got you. I was like, nah, there was a rapper up in that. It definitely was.
Damn, ASAP?
Yeah, bro, he's into fashion. She's a supermodel. As far as I can remember, I'm pretty sure that must have been a lit ass movie night.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You got Travis Scott, you got ASAP over there, you got Kanye over there. Bro, that must have been the littest Thanksgiving ever. I'd be like, yo, we about to have a halftime concert before the turkey comes out.
Damn, shout out to Pretty Flacco. Yo, what do you think about Travis Scott? Speaking of Travis Scott.
Think about him in what sense?
Do you like him? You think he's as good as it? Like, he has a cult following. People love him.
Nah, he's definitely dope. He's dope. He's got a signature sound, which to me is it's pretty. That's impressive to me. When you hear somebody and there's no mistaking who it is, that you can almost hear other people attempting to replicate it.
Drake's like that.
Drake is like that, but there's a lot of people that try to emulate Drake.
Have you heard about this controversy that's going on with Drake right now? Have you seen Drake's gambling streams?
I have not, but I know that he's been pretty heavy in the gambling stream, and I also know that he did a live opening of like some old NBA basketball cards and shit like that. Like he has the top the top. This guy was interviewed on the PBD podcast, the Pat Bet David podcast. He's one of the most world-renowned card collectors and card verifiers that there is, and he's the plug. Like, he's the celebrity's plug to rare-ass sports cards. And Drake had him on his live to open up like this big-ass box of like Topps, some kind of
collectibles.
Yeah, they were cards, but it's like, he pulled like 2 rookie Michael Jordan cards out of there or some shit like that. It was like ridiculous. They were like top notch, like $1 million cards.
Well, people have like unopened like booster packs and things like cards from like the 90s and shit like that are unopened, and they sell them for big money. But there's a little bit of controversy around Drake's gambling podcast, gambling streaming, and it's not just Drake; it's all the celebrities that are doing it, right? Because, and this is the perspective of the media, right? This isn't necessarily my opinion, but
can I throw a guess in here as to what you're going to say?
You know exactly what I'm going to say.
Is it almost like Elon Musk tweeting about the stock market? Like, when he goes to put down a bet, it shifts the entire odds. Is it something like that?
Well, it's a couple things, right? It's the fact that he's sponsored by a company and he gambles on their website.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say. I'll say it. It's called Stake. It's the same guy that you see the Nelk Boys are sponsored by, so on and so forth, and they do gambling streams too. But the reason why they don't like it is because some people don't feel like you should be allowed to stream gambling because it promotes gambling to like to like a younger audience. And it almost like, and then what they do is they do these clips, right? A lot of people seen the clip of Drake playing roulette last week, and he won $12 million in one like spin.
But they don't show how many times he's lost millions.
They don't know that night he actually ended up losing money, and he's not losing anything because this is my guess, but the company's definitely just giving him fake fucking money in this game so he could play.
Yeah,
I don't think that Drake's out here, you know, gambling with this much money, even though I'm sure he's very fucking wealthy. I don't think that that's what's happening. I think that he's getting credits from this company, just like Steve Will Do It is doing it, just like fucking Kyle from the Nelk Boys is doing it. There's a bunch, and Aiden Ross did it for a little bit. There's a bunch of streamers who got on that gambling wave because that's where the bag is at. There's a bunch of fucking money in it. A lot of people, Mike Malak, fucking the guy who what's his name, FaZe Banks. Like, there's so many people who are doing it, and there's so much fucking money in it that I don't necessarily blame them. But it's making headlines because, you know, they clipped that one spot when he wins $12 million. And, you know, people go to the website and they start like, oh, let me gamble. Maybe I can make it. And they give like these ridiculous odds. Like, you know, they show this one image of one guy who bet $1,000 but won $15,000. It's like, that's not always happening. Like, that's not happening to everybody. Yeah, maybe it happens once, but that shit, like, they're odds for a reason. They're like statistically proven odds. And they're not, these odds are like, they'll depict like how likely it is for this to happen. If something is, you know, plus 100, and then it's more than likely not going to, you know, it's not going to happen. If something's minus 100 or whatever the fucking way it works, if it's plus 100, then it's more than likely going to happen because for every $100 you put in, you win $100. If it's like negative $300 and it's like, oh, well, that's probably not going to happen.
See, I kind of have a differing opinion on that because to me, I'm thinking, why is it okay to stream the lotto numbers and then have the lotto winners on the news and shit like that and talking about how they won the lotto? And why is it okay to have ESPN stream live poker tournaments and stuff like that and play live poker tournaments? I feel like, who is it that's complaining? It's probably coming from companies that are competing with Stake. You know, it's probably companies that are affiliated with the news and the mainstream that are great for fucking perpetrating these complaints and giving airtime to these Karens that complain about everything. So I find it hard to see the difference there, kind of. Like, Drake can show his, you know, he can't stream, or people are complaining about him streaming his gambling, but we can watch, you know, ESPN on prime time with guys winning diamond bracelets at the $10 million buy-in table, you know, of the High Rollers World Series of Poker.
How dare you? Those guys are athletes.
Yeah.
I think the difference is that the audience, right? And if you look at even in the chat, there's a little bit of a conversation going on about it. I'll just touch on it. Spaz says that, what's up, Spaz? Trainwrecks gets $500K a day in credits to his account. He's not allowed to withdraw it. And then he gets like $20 million a year in his bank account. Chris says the other thing about gambling streams is oftentimes people don't disclose that they have access to APIs in the background and usually has favored odds. So it's literally a false advertisement. I'm guessing that what he's referring to, like, there's like interfaces you can have on your computer that will tell you like your likelihood of winning and shit like that. If you're playing like cards, you're playing this or that, and it will tell you, like, just like when you're playing chess against like the computer, it'll be like, recommend this move. There's like stuff like that.
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm assuming that's what you saw. Chris, you could tell me if I'm not illustrating what you're saying appropriately. Just let me know. The CSGO crate lottery websites were famous for that. The problem, in my opinion, is that this is from Spaz. The problem, in my opinion, is that they're streaming gambling, not while taking any risk. Yet their audience will be taking the risk, and that's something that's exactly what I'm talking about. Drake's playing with this money that's not real money. It's money it's credits that are just given to his account. These people are just paying him to go on, and it's possibly could have an influence on his fan base to go over there and spend money. Just like all the people who were pumping up these fake fucking cryptos, or not fake cryptos, but cryptos that really didn't have any value. The only value they had was the fact that their fans were willing to buy them. You know,
yeah.
And they get their fans. The fans are really the ones who lose. You get the fans to buy the fucking crypto, they pump it the fuck up, and then they fucking dump it out. Ice Poseidon is one of the most famous guys for doing this shit. Many people did it, but Ice Poseidon is really famous because he was like a live streamer he's like one of the guys who started that whole IRL streaming, when you walk around and you just stream yourself, like, you know, walking around. I don't know if he's the guy who started it, but he's one of the guys. I know Andy Milonakis did it. A lot of people did it, but he took a bunch of money from his fans, and then, you know, they caught him, and he was kind of like, yeah, I did it. Like, I took like $500,000 or something like that. I think he ended up getting, and he was like, I'm going to give it back. And he gave like a tiny bit back, but, you know, he still walked away with a good chunk of change.
I mean, I think I get it because it seems to be a pretty common opinion here and there's some pretty good points here in the chat about not taking the risk and Saif saying it's different because in the lotto it's made to be very unattainable, but when you show winnings in an online game, it looks a lot more tangible on an impressionable audience. Makes sense. But let me see. Spaz says if I gave Masters of None $100K to go to Vegas and drop it all on red, you do it, but would you ever do that with your own money?
That's a fact.
That's a good point. But I had a good fucking point, and then I started reading the chat.
It's interesting. It's interesting that this is even like a topic that we're like it's even something that we're bringing up, right? The influencers gambling, especially when that's not what they're known for, right? You go to a guy who, imagine, I'm going to use Tyler One as an example. I know Spaz loves Tyler One. He's a Twitch streamer. He streams League of Legends, a very good League of Legends player, a very good one. I would love to explain to you how good he is, but because you don't play the game, I don't think you'd understand it. But he's very, very good.
Yeah.
That's not the disrespect, but yeah. So imagine you go to his stream and you're going to watch him play League of Legends, and you show up there and he's fucking playing blackjack. It's like that's not even their thing. If your thing is streaming poker and you're a professional poker player, you stream poker, I don't think I got anything against that. It's that these guys, who the fuck goes to Drake's why is Drake streaming anything, first of all? That's not music related. And I don't know. It's like that's not his thing.
No, I guess I understand what you're saying. It's like the same way where I got a little pissed off, when we're sitting here creating content, making shit like that, and then fucking Will Smith is popping up, fucking starting to, make crazy popular content on social media, and it's like, fuck off, man. Yeah, like leave this space to the people so we actually have a chance to compete. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't start a YouTube channel. You're Will Smith, motherfucker. Like,
dude, that's happened so much.
Get out of here, bro.
In in the podcast world, that happens so often. There's so many celebrities that just start podcasts. I'll give you a great example. The guy from Drake and Josh, the Goldito. What was his? I think he was Josh.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Is that like Rick and Morty?
Drake and Josh was a show. It was after our time. It was a show on Nickelodeon, I believe. And it was two kids, and they were like best friends in the show. Maybe they were brothers in the show. But
he just leveraged his stardom into a podcast that may not even be good, but it's a podcast.
Yeah, and who's to say what's good or not? But all I'm saying is that there's a lot that happens a lot. There's a lot of celebrities that they're pivoting into having a podcast, which is I guess there's enough room for all of us.
Mia Khalifa tried to podcast and it flopped terribly. I guess people were like, we don't want to see a mic by your mouth.
She was like fucking trying to do sports and shit. Nobody wants to hear her fucking talk about. Listen,
well, that's how she gained her fame. She was going to a college in Florida and she started like
blowing dudes.
Well, that was happening, I'm sure, but then she turned the camera on. No, she would wear like the Florida like revealing football team clothing, like sports apparel from the school.
That's how she started?
That's how like she gained all the attention, and then she started doing adult films.
I didn't know that. So maybe she has a little more credibility when it comes to commentating on sports.
Well, I don't know about commentating. She was just she just had like a Let's Go Florida tank top on. That's what that is.
Oh, she was just really good at cutting up the shirts and tying them back together.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say before we get too far off this gambling, like people can raise hell about Drake. I mean, what is it? Let's say he influences a few $1 million worth of clientele. Listen, on this, why doesn't anybody care about things like Nancy Pelosi being involved in like insider trading? Like she's literally passing. She's more successful investing than Warren Buffett. She has a better track record as an investor than Warren fucking Buffett.
Does she invest through her husband?
Through her husband.
Oh, okay.
Because what she does is she knows what laws are about to get passed. She literally knows that there's going to be a mandate on this schmemic medicine.
Yeah.
So let's just dump a bunch of money into this company while it's super cheap, and then I'm going to pass legislation that makes everybody buy it.
Yeah, how
like that kind of
that?
shit. But nobody really talks about that. But everybody's upset about Drake streaming gambling. It's
that's
just
funny. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's just funny because come on, dude, you're a political official and you have a better investing track record than Warren Buffett
Yeah.
and like the other guy, George Soros or whatever his name is, he's one of the richest men in the world. And she has a more like a better percentage return on her investments than both of those guys.
She's got a better percentage than the guy who found that book, that sports book from Back to the Future.
Yes, exactly. The guy that's running numbers from going back.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's her. She's like, you know, it's as if she like went back in time and was like, Buster Douglas gonna knock Tyson out. I'm telling you, everybody bet the house.
Bet the house.
And everybody's like, yeah, right, Tyson, I'm doubling down. And she's like, you know, you have no idea. Buster
No,
Douglas
you're
is gonna
right. But
put him out.
that's all the media, right? We're all concerned about the fucking things that we shouldn't really be concerned about, and all the bigger things are kind of
Yeah.
like fucking swept under the rug. You
Yeah,
know?
it's you know,
that's
it's just
politics
corruption.
at its finest. Yeah,
But
I mean,
it's fucking corruption. And as Spaz says in the chat, he's like, wait, so y'all weren't 100% invested in Schmack Schmeen manufacturers in 2018? Y'all didn't go
wish-
all in? You
I
didn't
would've
pull out your retirement, dump it into Pfizer?
you kidding me? I would have sold the dog. Everything would have went.
You kidding me, dude?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I agree. It should be illegal for government officials to own stocks, period. I mean, when you literally control the...
It is illegal for them to do it. It's not illegal for her husband to do it.
Yeah, it should be illegal for anybody connected to her whatsoever. And if there's any transfers in money going into her account, there should be a cap on how much you can earn, period. Like, you shouldn't be able, like, you're a government official. There's no reason why you go in not a millionaire and years after you're
Yeah.
worth tens of millions of dollars when you make a $200,000 a year salary.
How the fuck is that possible?
Where is this money coming from? You live in a compound with walls like fucking 10, 12 feet high.
You're like, my salary is only $65,000.
Yeah, she's like, ooh, what do you know, honey? We made another 46 million on that random stock investment. You know, man, our fucking hedge fund advisor is a Jedi.
It's not my fault. My husband knows how to pick them.
Yeah, it's a, but
Spaz also said that Tyler One's an athlete, which I think he was talking about. He's also an athlete, which is fucking hilarious.
I don't know who that is.
Tyler One is the gentleman I was talking about, who's a League of Legends streamer.
Oh, yeah, he's
I think
definitely.
he was like a power lifter or something like that before. He did some kind of like weightlifting. He's fucking yoked. So
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I don't know what kind of an athlete he is, but he's built like an athlete. That's for fucking sure. He's bald and enormous. What the fuck? Oh,
What?
never
What's the
mind.
matter?
I thought the stream took a dump again because on my screen it looked whatchamacallit. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Because I got a ton of shit to cover.
Nah, I just wanted to write down real quick what I wanted to say about Nancy Pelosi being a corrupt psychopath.
So you called me earlier and we talked about this new thing that BMW is doing in the UK. I guess in Britain, in Britain specifically. I don't think it's everywhere. There's going to be a new monthly subscription for heated seats in your car.
Yeah.
So if you bought a used car and it doesn't have the heated seats enabled, you can call BMW and for about $12 a month, you can have heated seats.
Yeah, which is I don't know how that's gonna fare. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm not a heated seats fan. It makes me too hot and it makes me feel like I pissed myself. So I'm not the biggest fan.
I like heated seats to fuck with people. Like I turn it on when you don't know it, because once that seat gets hot, there's no cooling it down. Like
Yeah.
you just got to wait for that shit to get back to temperature. So if I turn it on you and your ass starts burning, like it's hilarious because it's not like if I turn it off, it's gonna go away right away.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
still gonna be
rather
hot.
a seat cooler.
They have cooled seats.
That's what I would rather. Cooled seats.
Cool seats are super cool, but they have to be perforated.
Oh yeah, so you can't do leather.
You could do I think you could do like a leather blend, or you could do like I think all leather's fucking blended now. But you could do leather, but you can't like the race seats don't come in that shit. Like my car could have came with cooled seats, but I got the sports seats.
Yeah.
So like they was like no, that's not coming. I got heated seats
Yeah.
and only on the ass, not on the back.
No. So I don't know. I mean, I think that shit is gonna flop. I don't think that people really want heated seats that bad, but it's just crazy. Like what I think is even crazier that we're actually moving toward, almost everything trying to like implement a subscription model. Everything, because we've seen it slowly and gradually over time, and now it's coming into actual physical services and physical products. It used to be mainly like streaming services, things like that, like YouTube, like internet, like cable, stuff like that. And then it moved into, more streaming apps. Now, they try to get you to subscribe to everything, whether it be dog food, whether it be Amazon. Like every time I buy, like Q-tips on Amazon, they offer me a discount to subscribe to it and get it monthly and stuff like that.
They know people are going to forget. People are going to just let it ring. Like, how many people are donating to the gym? How many people have gym memberships that they got and they're like, oh, it's only $10 a month, but they haven't gone in 2 years and they've just been donating that money to the gym. People forget about subscriptions. Magazines. Remember back in the day? People would just get fucking Men's Health or Playboy or whatever, and they would just stack up. They don't even read them anymore. You used to get Game Informer or whatever fucking magazine you would get. And it's like, I don't even fucking read these. I'm too lazy to end the subscription.
Yeah, and now they even have services that end all your subscriptions.
Yes.
You can now get a service, and you can connect all your subscriptions to this service, and it will end them all.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
That hilarious?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Then there's going to be one to end the subscription to the subscription service that ends your subscriptions. Where does it end?
I don't mind the media, like the streaming platforms, like, the Netflix, not fucking Hulu, because that sucks. But like all the streaming platforms, I don't mind like subscribing to those because I think that I use them often and they're beneficial. But when it comes to like reoccurring payments for like dog food and things like that, the dog food I should do because I need the dog food anyways. But like when I go to buy fucking laundry detergent or something like that, like I don't need their 30 cents off so you can send me it every fucking month.
Yeah,
I'll buy it when I need it.
Yeah, no, I agree because I'd rather have that money, at my disposal if need be.
Hulu gang represent. Chris is in the chat. Chris, you like Hulu?
Yo, Hulu is good. Roberto hates it for a made up reason.
I don't like it because that's commercials.
It has commercials if you use the cheap ass broke person subscription.
If you use the peasant version?
Yeah, if you use the brokey, the wagey one, if you use the fucking wagey subscription.
Hourly subscription?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the reasons I don't like it is because of the commercials.
But that's so stupid.
But you told me that even the one you pay for still has commercials on some shows.
But the cheap version, like the $5.99 one, there's commercials. The fully paid version, that's like $12. There's no commercials.
Was it you or Twiz? One of you guys were talking, and this was documented on the podcast. One of you guys were saying that even the paid version, some shows still have commercials.
The cheap paid version.
I'm talking about the more expensive one.
No, it doesn't.
Because there is no free one.
Yes, there is.
There's a free Hulu?
It's included with a Spotify subscription.
Oh,
so if you pay for Spotify, they add it on.
And you get the same...
but there's commercials because you're not paying for it. But if you pay the full price, which is still even less than Netflix, you get no commercials. So it's like a made up reason. So if they didn't offer you the less expensive option, you'd like it. If that wasn't a thing, you could pay $5.99 and have commercials, or you could pay $12.99 and there's no $5.99 option and there's no commercials.
I've had the no commercial option. I've had a Hulu subscription.
Clearly not. If you think there's always commercials, you had the cheaper version.
No. I had the
Yeah.
I had. You know what's funny is that my daughter says that now. No.
Yeah.
She says that to me. She goes, no. 1 second. No. I had the expensive one that with the $12.99 or whatever it is with the no commercials because I wanted to watch Initial D. It's this anime about like JDM cars and stuff like that. Really good anime if you're into automotive. If you're like an automotive enthusiast or you're into cars at all, go check it out. It's called Initial D. Very good. But so I got that version because I didn't want to I didn't want to watch the commercials because I fucking hate commercials. I think they're like modern day brainwash. Like they're just trying to get like,
yeah.
I do. I feel
I agree with you, but there's brainwash in the material you're watching. They're just hiding the commercials. You just aren't seeing it.
This is a cartoon from the 90s, But yes, I'm sure there are, when a guy drinks a Coca-Cola in a movie, it's not a mistake. But at the very least, I'm being entertained. When I'm watching these commercials, I'm just waiting for the show to come back on. There's a significant difference.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. So what happened with the full paid, the non-brokey version? What happened?
In addition to me not liking but this one didn't have commercials, but in addition to me not liking even the fact that they even had a commercial option, there's just not that much content that I really enjoy. The truth is that if there was a show that was very good and it was only on Hulu, I'd possibly would subscribe to watch it there. Just like, I would watch it, I watch shows on HBO Go or whatever. I subscribe because there's good shows on there. But I don't think there's not a lot of good shows on there. I think they got The Office now, which is, I guess I'd pay for The Office, but I don't think like Hulu's really coming out with the shows. Not when it comes to not like their competitors are. You know, you look at even Peacock has some bangers on it.
I don't like Peacock because it's owned by NBC. So that's just another, it's just another TV network just moving into the streaming space.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Peacock. That
makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense now that you mention it.
Yeah. So, but Hulu does have some good shows on it. I'll tell you one right now, Saif. You need to check this out if you haven't checked this out. You need to check out. You know what I'm going to say? The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay, but isn't that
it's Hulu?
It's Hulu exclusive?
Yes.
It's always been Hulu exclusive?
Yep.
Okay.
That is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Okay.
Legit. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. It's I don't want to hype it up too much, but I suggest that people watch it.
Okay.
So that's on there.
The Handmaid's Tale is even if me personally I didn't like it, which I'm not saying that I did watch like the first season, but I didn't like continue watching it for whatever reason, not because it was a bad show.
There's just so much content; it's hard to keep up sometimes.
Yeah, but I will say that it was like well received. Like everybody liked it. Everybody who watched it liked it. Is that where Vikings is too?
Vikings is on Netflix, but I think it may have started over there. See, that's the thing is Hulu is evolving its library. Like it's becoming more and more. It has a lot more stuff on it now, and also it's not just exclusive content being created by the platform. They're rotating the licenses to classic shows. Mm-hmm. Like now, it's like sometimes one streaming platform will have access to. If y'all want to take a break for ice cream, damn, you can hear the ice cream truck. That's crazy. But there's older shows where the license is some episodes and some seasons will be on Netflix. Other episodes and other seasons of another show will be on Hulu. Like older episodes. Like I think right now, like we were talking about now, All That and Kenan and Kel and stuff is on Netflix. I'm sure there was a point where it will be or it has been on Hulu previously.
I think Rick and Morty's on Hulu. I think it's on HBO. I know that, but I think it's also on Hulu. If you like, if people want to watch it, I think I believe. I'm not 100% sure.
It's probably differing seasons because they do that because there's they'll have like some seasons on one and some on the other just to decrease competition there.
That's what's going on right now. If you look at Netflix and you go to watch Alone, there's only one season on there. There was a season on there before this, but now there's a different season on.
Okay.
Alone is a good ass show.
Alone is great, dude. Alone is great.
It already.
I'm down to the last two people.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down to the
last two people. I don't
want to
ruin it for anybody, but there's a show. It's on Netflix. It's called Alone. It's about a bunch of people. 10
contestants.
10 contestants get separated and placed in somewhere in, where is it?
It's remote locations like in the middle of, like the really extreme temperatures and cold. I want to say it's like I don't know if it's British Columbia. I don't know if it's like
that's exactly where it is. It's Canada. It's somewhere in Canada in British Columbia.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry because I felt like I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
You're right. It is in British Columbia, somewhere in Canada, near the tundra, and they're sent out there. They get a limited amount of supplies. They could pick what they want to bring. I don't know what the limit is.
They get 10 items.
10 items?
10 items. And there's certain items that everyone is given that don't count as part of your 10 items. Like everybody is given bear spray because there's grizzly bears and cougars and shit. So they get bear spray. They get bear spray. They get a really strong cord, not paracord because that counts as like an item. It's a really strong rope that they get for suspending meat. Like let's say they kill a moose or something like that. You have to put that meat somewhere so that it doesn't get found by bears in your camp and they don't kill you and eat your food. So they'll go like, let's say like, a quarter mile away from their camp and pull it up, like suspend it up from like tree branches so that it's high up and it's harder to reach. So there's certain items like that they give to people, but
they don't give you a fire starter if you don't want. That's going to be one of your items. If you want a fire starter, you got to bring it. They don't give you a bow and arrow. If you want that, you got to count it as one of your items.
Yep.
And
they can't bring a rifle, I don't think, because I just have a gun out there.
Yeah, they can't bring a rifle because nobody's brought one yet.
Yeah.
So and it's last man standing. Whoever lives the longest out there alone by themselves, and they're miles and miles and miles away from each other, so you can't run into each other. You're completely by yourself. One of the things that I didn't like about the show is that they're alone. They got these rules. They can't do this. They can't do that. But they have to abide by the local regulations of hunting. But if you were really alone out in the woods, living in that land, and you needed to eat, you would, and a bear came by you, and you had the opportunity to kill it, and it's between starving to death and eating this bear that's currently you can't hunt this. You're taking that bear out to survive.
Yeah, well, I also agree with that because it's not quite a straight up survival show because of that. They're not allowed to put gill nets out for fish until the 45th day. So they can only fish with a line, a single line or something. They can't put gill nets out. They can't
hunt squirrel.
You can't hunt squirrel, which that's a very readily available food source, but they can't hunt them.
And on previous seasons in different locations, it has been legal to hunt it, and people have been successful hunting squirrels. Small game is with traps and stuff like that. It's a little bit easier to hunt, and a little it's easier from multiple perspectives. You don't waste calories. You leave a line down. It's like a trap, and then you could set multiple traps and then come back. Yeah,
you leave a few snares out and you just check them.
Exactly.
There was that one lady on one season where she just lived off of white rabbits.
Isn't that crazy?
The whole time. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I don't. We could talk about this for hours because that show was so legit, and it reminds me of how what a poor excuse of a man I am.
I'd probably do a day or two. Yo, there's a dude in the new season who looks. He's a heavy set gentleman, and when I seen him, I was like, oh, this guy could outstarve everybody. I was looking at that dude and I was like, yep, he's going to make it very far because his body could go catabolic for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad point. I mean, I got to we don't want to ruin anything for you guys. So you guys
yeah, I'm not going to say whether he made it or didn't make it. I'm just saying when I seen him, I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
This guy's going to do good." Viking tattoos.
Yeah.
Hair and 2 braids.
Yeah.
You're going to do good.
So yeah, we recommend to check it out. But there were a couple things that we wanted to talk about, a couple of videos, because we're past the hour already. So
we're past the hour.
We're past the hour.
All right. So real quick, I haven't checked out Dark Crystal, but I'm gonna check it out tonight. Right now, me and my wife are watching Iron Chef. She wants to watch it. I don't give me shit, guys. She loves those fucking chef shows, so we've been watching Iron Chef. But I'm definitely gonna check out. I watched the trailer tonight, and maybe we'll put it on our watch list. Real quick, I know it's the end. We said it, and I promise you guys, I'm gonna design an animation. I'm in the middle. I've already started designing the animation for the Reddit report. It's actually cool. You haven't even seen it yet, but it'll be up soon. We're gonna do a segment every episode called the Reddit report. We get a lot of media and information and news and stuff like that from Reddit's one of our sources. I kind of browse all of the internet, but I frequent Reddit myself, so it's kind of easy to go there and browse and see what's happening in the media. So we said we're going to do this Reddit report today. Exactly. We have a couple videos. We have 2 videos. I'm only going to play one. The other one's kind of just was a funny one, just because we're low on time. Hit video 1, I believe. Let me see this puppy.
See that? Check it out. Wait, we got to go back to the main screen, right, or else it won't launch right.
Yeah, you can just hit it from here. Nope, this is not the one. This is the one. What this is? You see all those fucking luggages?
What is that?
Look at that. That's a baggage system at the Heathrow Airport that malfunctioned and left hundreds of travelers without their luggage.
This is why I carry on every chance I get, and I do my best to never check a bag. If I'm staying less,
these bags.
If I stay less than 7 days, I do not pack a bag.
Dude, look at all those bags.
Period.
Saeed.
Hell no.
That's in the UK, man. What's going on out there?
Is that in the UK?
That's where. Yeah, I had to look that up. I was at Heathrow Airport. Where the fuck is that?
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Damn,
it sucks.
Bro.
It's interesting. It's like, what do you do now? Like, now they gotta. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go through all those and check the little tag and organize them?
No, you're not. You're gonna wait for somebody to say that their bag is missing.
Yeah, so people are gonna show up and they're gonna be like, yeah. We got bags. Yeah, we got bags. Well, you know what your bag looks like? All right, come on into this room. And they're going to fucking pull up to this fucking room. And they're going to be like, yep, it's just checking here. It's going to be one of these.
Everybody's got 5 minutes to find your bag.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, man, that's it. We're past the hour. Thank you everybody who came in and chatted with us today. We really appreciate you guys. If you're still here with us, we appreciate you. Please give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And if you ever miss the episodes and you don't have YouTube Red or YouTube Premium and you can't listen to it with it in your pocket, don't worry, because you could listen to the audio version of our podcast on all your podcast listening platforms: Spotify,
Correct.
Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You name it, we're on it. And if we're not, you call me and I put me on it.
Yeah,
all
man.
right?
Facts. So, and also, guys, we're really trying to grow this podcast, man. We really enjoy doing this, and if you guys could just share this with at least one person, each person that's in this chat, man, just just share this with somebody. Just let people know about it if you appreciate the content, because we appreciate you guys. So that's what we got, guys. So that's it.
That's sad.
Masters and None, episode 110. We out, bro. We'll see you guys Monday.
See you guys Monday. That's it.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Mayoma.